Over the next 2 years, 65% of companies say they plan to increase their use of contingent workers, reflecting just one of the ways our employment landscape is changing. Workforce management company Matrix is working with employers, suppliers and individuals to build adaptable strategies that aim to shape a connected and future-facing employment ecosystem. I'm now joined by Matrix CEO Mark Inskip. Welcome to you, Mark.
Thank you.
What are the biggest changes then in the employment landscape?
Well, the way we think about it, there's a fundamental rebalancing of power. Historically, the employer had all the power. They decided when you worked, when you didn't work, when you had to leave and all that. And I think what we've seen, and certainly accelerate post-COVID, is the worker, the employee, take back some of that power. And we're seeing them work in a different way, a different pattern, and much more on their terms.
Now, I wonder if you can explain a term to me, squiggly careers. What are they and why are they so important at the moment?
I can try. It's not my term. It's from Helen Tupper and Sarah Ellis, and they do a brilliant podcast. But we really like the term because I think it summarises some of those changes really well. And it's really about the difference between where it used to be, which was study, work, retire. That was a pretty linear path for a career, to a much more squiggly path that people take today, which is study probably, then work, then maybe study some more, then rest, then work again, and then maybe retire or maybe never retire. And in that process, maybe have multiple jobs all at the same time. So it's a much more complicated environment.
Okay, that makes sense. Matrix takes a three-sided approach to workforce management. Can you explain how that works and what the benefits are?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we want to work with and create a benefit for the worker, the candidate, the suppliers, often the recruiters and the agencies, and indeed the employer, because it takes all three parties to make it work. Anybody who's ever been hired or been through a hiring process, I'm sure, can reflect on some of the frustrations, challenges, frictions in that process. And actually, we think by bringing those three things together, we can just make it easier and connect more people to work, which is what we're trying to do.
Companies must always evolve to thrive in a changing landscape. What are the good ways to do this?
Well, we see with the clients we work with, lots of them trying to evolve. It is a constantly moving feast and changing very quickly. And I think one of the things that we see often where it's going well is where HR and the people teams are really being engaged in the process of running the business. There's a lot of function and service around a HR team, but actually really engaging them early on and engaging those people in the process of how they're trying to change and drive a business really helps them understand what's going on.
Despite all the talk of AI and automation, it is people that remain at the heart of a business. How do you ensure that companies don't lose sight of that?
I couldn't agree more. I mean, all the talk, of course, is of AI. It's very exciting. It's transformational probably for the world of work. But actually, it's always still about people and keeping them engaged, getting them aligned around what it is you're trying to achieve as a business. And as great and amazing as AI is going to be for us all, it's never going to replace people in a lot of the things that we do.
Mark, great to have your insight. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.